Hey everybody, it's Christina of CraftyPaws. I'm here to share a quick project for Topflight stamps. They have this super cute IndigoBlu Duke's Gang stamp set. These little dogs are so stinking cute. They're all different shapes and sizes. Obviously, they're totally cartoony, not realistic at all. And this is the card front that I made with it. And it was basically just stamping and then some masking. I have a little mask for each of the little dogs. And I placed the little mask on and then stamped the next dog over top, and just went all the way around doing that. I colored them up with Copic markers, just like in a rainbow of colors, because I think, like people, dogs come in all different shapes and sizes and colors, and I love that. To make the black spots and some of the ears stand out, I used a black glaze pen, and I love this. It gives a little bit of a shimmer, a shine, and a teeny bit of dimension, and I really wanted to have some of the dogs kind of pop a little bit. So I did that. I added a little bit of highlighting, or low lighting, I guess is more intensity, with some Prismacolor pencils just in the kind of nooks and crannies of the background. And I think that helps make the images really pop forward as well. That's a little tip that I learned from Kathy Rakusin in one of her coloring videos. She combines Copic markers with other detailed markers or color pencils, and I really like the effect of that. So to complete the card, I am going to do a little sentiment, and I'm going to be doing that with this Simon Says Stamp You Are Possum, this sentiment here. I'm going to be stamping that out on some vellum, and I'm just going to put my piece of vellum there. I'm using a stamping tool. I'm using the Misty just because I know that I may have to do a couple of stampings and I don't want the sentiment to shift. Right here, I'm just prepping the surface with my EK Tools powder tool that helps prevent excess powder from sticking. I'm just gonna place that right there. And I'm gonna try it with VersaFine ink. Hopefully this pigment ink will stay wet long enough for the embossing powder, the clear embossing powder, to stick. And that's a pretty good impression, actually. I might not have to do a second coating on that. I've got a coffee filter here to catch my excess. And I'm going to take some clear embossing powder. This is just a Recollections brand embossing powder. Now I'm taking my heat tool to this. I'm going to heat the front and the back, and I'm keeping my heat tool moving. Obviously this is sped up, but I do that because I don't want the vellum to burn at all. And it's, melting the embossing powder, and that's it. It adds a great little extra texture and some shine, and I think it's going to look great on the front of this card. And now I'm going to just trim off the sides. I stamped it a little bit crooked, but that's okay because I have plenty of room above and below, so I can shift it up a little bit and have it more centered, as it were. Now I'm going to position this, and I'm going to score it here, tuck it behind. And this way I don't have to use any adhesive on the front that might show through the vellum. And I can just use some clear tape. Just make sure I like that positioning. Yeah, I think that's fun. So I'll just tack it down on the back side with some clear tape. None of this is going to be visible, so I'm not worried about that. And I'm going to use a black card base for this card. And I cut the card front down a little bit because I had this scrap in my scrap box that I really thought would be perfect for the base of this, that love this, love this, love this. And I'm just using some wet glue to glue that down on the bottom of the card front, or the card base. And now I'm going to add a little bit of thin washi tape. This is a silver washi tape. It's like a glittered one. And before I put the card front on the card base, I'm going to add some fun foam with some Aleene's Tack It glue. And I'm adding just plain fun foam, putting that down, adding glue on the other side as well. And then I'm going to put that whole assembly on the card front, and see, it has that little strip of the silver and also that little base. Now, oddly, the vellum was starting to curl a little bit, so I'm going to just tack down the top and the bottom with some wet glue. And you can still kind of see that there, but I'm going to cover all of that up with sequins, so no worries. I'm going to use some kind of larger sequins for that top and bottom where the vellum meets the card front, and then I'm going to add an odd number. I'm going to add a smaller sequin to the lower left there. I'm tacking down the vellum first, and then over top I'm going to add another little dot of glue and add a smaller sequin. And I'm liking how this looks, but I need to tack it down a little bit more, and I'm wondering, you know, what else I can do. And then I remembered I had these little tiny metal hearts. I had bought this at Tuesday Morning ages ago, and so I'm going to put those in the centers of the large sequins. And I actually end up adding even more and other smaller sequins as well. But I think that little tiny heart positioned inside the large sequin is so cute. I think it's perfect for a little added embellishment touch. You can see me putting one on the upper left large sequin as well. And then here's some pictures of the finished card. I hope you've enjoyed this process video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out Topflight stamps if you are interested in this or other international stamps that we carry. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.